It's I think what makes it hard is how time consuming it is and how random it is. So especially the trophies, like the collectibles of you have to study every animal or you have to study every type of animal. I don't think it's every animal, but it's every type of animal. And there's some of them that they only appear on one area in the map, but it's an insanely low percentage of time. You have to like restart your game countless and countless times. And one of them I do remember that was really hard was the Black Panther, which is a really rare panther. You only get it in one forest, and I think I restarted my game about 50 times, and I spotted it the first time. I was almost finished studying it. It charged towards me. My horse, you know, had a little tantrum, threw me off, and it killed me. So I had to redo it all over again.
That's so depressing.
It was the bad. It is bad.
I'm sad now.
And then after that, you have to get like 70 gold medals in the missions, which is a lot harder than what it sounds like on paper because the challenges that you have to do. So let's say you have to finish the mission in like 15 minutes. You have to do 20 headshots, and you have to not heal. You have to do all of these at the same time. So you can't just play it once, tick off 20 headshots, and then play it again, and then tick off the other one. You have to do all of the objectives in one go, and that makes it incredibly difficult because they're not generous with it. They'll give you like stupid objectives. Like even if you choose like the easiest ones, sometimes if things mess up, like there's a mission where you have to complete in like 2 minutes, and you think, oh yeah, that's easy enough. It's only 2 minutes, but then you don't remember what the mission is, and then when you go back to the mission, it's like, well, this is near enough impossible.
Yeah.
So out of like, I think it's like 130 missions, you have to get 70 gold, which is more than half. So for all the missions of the game, you have to get more than half of the gold, which is insane. And yeah, that's, I think, so actually touching on this and like saying all these things is probably my answer to the first question of what's my most proudest platinum, and it's probably going to be Red Dead Redemption 2, just for how rare it is and how hard it was. So I think I killed two birds with one stone.
I'm
Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm quite aware of the trophy list on Red Dead Redemption 2 because I look at it quite a lot. I always look at it with like frustration, thinking, do I really want to go this far? Yeah. Because I'm like level 35 on online. I'd probably get the online in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks if I really went for it. But then the offline is really, really brutal. How long would you say, hour wise, how many hours did it take you to platinum the game? Just to be completely honest, I'm going to say I've read about 200. I think about 250 for me is how long it would take me.
I think a ballpark figure of how long I took on the game was about 500.
Wow.
500 hours.
And what is that
throughout a year?
Is that just
throughout a year?
Is that just because of like the having to find the species and do all the collectibles?
I think a lot of it. I think a lot of it was the gold medals, because you have to repeat these missions all like constantly, and the loading times aren't the most generous in Red Dead Redemption either, which makes it even more frustrating because you have to load up these missions and then you have to wait, and then you just have to replay them so many times in order to get the right timing, to get, you know, the right enemy placements, because if you guys are going for the platinum, I'd recommend, and you haven't played it for a while, I'd recommend you start a new game and you check to see what the requirements are for the gold medal in that mission, and then do it as you play the game. Because if you wait till the end of the game and you have all your special weapons and everything, when you replay the mission, they're not going to give you those weapons. They're going to give you a very short selection of weapons. So they give you like default weapons. So you're going to have like a crappy pistol if you do like one of the first ones. You're going to have a limited amount of ammunition. You're not going to have the special ammunition. You're only going to have a limited amount of like healing items. So if you guys are going to go for that, I'd recommend you start a new game, see what the requirements are, and pre-prepare before you do that mission. Because I think maybe the hardest thing for me and the most time-consuming thing was them giving you those predefined, you know, healing items and guns, because it's harder. Because you're only going to get the crappy. They're going to give you like the crappy things. They're basically going to give you items that you're just going to kind of like just enough for you to be able to do it. So I think that's my advice. I think that's something that maybe I should have done. But again, it goes back to burning yourself out. Like I did the platinum. I did most of the single player trophies like continuously. So I played the game. I actually streamed it on Twitch at the time, but I played the whole game, and then after that I did like all the single player things, and I think I got to a point where I was burning myself out, and obviously with the frustration of having to restart and like the species and this and that and this and that, I think that's what made it maybe harder, because as you guys know, the more your frustration kicks in, the more you want to hurry up and do something, the harder it is, because you're trying to rush it and then you mess up, and then when you mess up you have to redo it again. So I think it's like it's a downward spiral once you start. So I take my time with it. Maybe limit yourself to like a couple of hours a day. If it takes you like ages, so be it. But I think it's a lot better than grinding out on a like hours and hours and hours and hours, and it's just going to take you longer, I think.
I agree. I mean, I think firstly that is probably the best advice you're going to get in this video of the day. I think that's some really good advice, and I agree with Burnout. I think it's firstly, just like to say, Red Dead is a great game. Like, I know you're not disputing that either. It is a great game, and I think it's worth the Platinum Trophy. It is something to behold. It's worth having, but like you said, it is a massive grind. And for me, like, I'm at the point where I finished the story, and then I'm going to do the online, and I'm going to have to go back and replay it, because, like what you said there, it makes more sense to go back and replay. So you've got all the crit ammo, you've got like your tonics, so you can use it for Deadeye, and then of course, and all that stuff. So it makes the game so much easier. And then as well, I've missed out. You know, the companion items, you have to retrieve them. I've only retrieved 3 out of 5, so I'll have to go back anyway and replay like chapter 2. Yeah. But that's what I would do. I'll probably go back and do all those, and then when I finally get the trophy for the gold, I would then reload my save at the end of the game on my previous save, and then do the collectibles on there, because I think I've got all the cards. I think that's all I've already got, which I just spent like $10,000 buying the packs of cards to complete the cards. It was like a serious addiction. See, like, you must have thought I was an absolute crazy person. It's like, Joe, you see those kids buying all the Pokemon cards? I was literally just like that. That was a great topic, actually. I think you spoke a lot about that, Joe. I think that was really good advice. I think people who are actually after the game, want to finish the game, should really need to heed that advice, because it is difficult. I think it would have been better with hindsight to go into Red Dead and with the intention of getting the Platinum Trophy straight away. But sometimes, you know, I personally think if it's a great game, I kind of want to experience it first and go back. I think for Red Dead 2, it's a 60-hour game anyway. So it's like, you know, you're adding 60 hours. That's how it creeps up to those 500. I think I'd like to say, I don't think it will take somebody now as long to do that, because the online's changed.
Definitely not.
The online's changed now.
Yeah, definitely not.
So you got the rule collectors and all the rules. Yeah. And you can pretty much get about 2,000 XP an hour now. Whereas back, and there's daily challenges and stuff now, whereas back when you played it, I can't even imagine how brutal it would have been.
It was just there was nothing to do. Like, a lot of the time to grind up to that level 50, I'd, you know, call a couple of my mates that had the game, and I said, you know, do you want to just mess around? Yeah. And basically the XP grinding was, to be fair, like the last, I think, 20 levels I did, I think I grabbed like the beginning of the rolls. Okay. I'm sure they're a lot more like fine-tuned now. Yeah. But I think I spent a lot of the time doing the collectible roll. Yeah, that's the best way. And then I think I did the bounty hunter. I didn't really do much of the shop one or the trader, because I think it's a lot harder, because you have to like hunt for animals and get the skins to then sell the skins and then take you know, your merchandise to another place. It's a lot more time consuming if you want to get to that level 50. Jesus. But I think maybe the trophy hunter one's the best one, probably the quickest one. I think it's like 100 XP every time you do a bounty mission. It is. You mean the collecting stuff? Yeah, the collector's definitely without doubt the way to go. It is. That's another main part of advice I would say if you actually want to get the platinum is, make sure you start a new game and do all the gold medals as you can, you come in front of them with all the weapons, all the tonics, etc. And then also, if you're going to do online, just do collector, and that way you can just move up the ranks, probably a rank every couple of hours. Yeah, but if you have friends that play it as well, it's going to make it a lot more fun, a lot more fun experience. Because if you're messing around and you're doing, you know, everybody does it. You go to a town and you like blow a building up and you kill like 20 people, and then the police come and and so like all that messing around. Let's say you do that for an hour, like that XP is going to build up because you're killing so many innocent people, especially with so you get XP for it. Sometimes I like to be. It's such a bad example for the kids. Like, just go to a town, you know, kill a ton of people. You're gonna rank up fast. You're gonna rank up fast. No, don't do it. Don't. I mean, like, sometimes like if I'm really bored, I'll just sort of like, if someone wrongs me on it, I used to like say, like, someone tries to, like, I don't know, I'm just minding my own business, and someone's like, oh, stranger, I need your help. Jokes, give me your money.
I'll be like, right, that's it, that's not
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Kill them, blow their head off, blow their legs off, and blow their arms off, and just put them on the back of the horse and just ride around on the horse. Like, look at this mutilated corpse I've got.
I think a lot of people have done that, and it's when you look back at it now, like logically, it's so wrong.
It's very messed up. Yeah.
It's you know, I think we have issues.
Yeah, I think I do too. I've got some serious issues.
Yeah.